Party time, Mom. Welcome to another episode of the Chad Prather Show in the Mothership, which is Studio 22. We're coming to you from Irving, Texas. The Puppet Master Mark at the helm, driving us into the nether regions of Jeffrey Toobin's Zoom call. Oh, Candice, the queen of the Ethiopians, and just in case Candice is gone, sitting over there driving. Look at Puppet Master. Look at him, handsome. Golly, look at that man right there.
Thank you.
Yeah. Anyway, Lisa Page, Party Foul Steve hanging out over there. Lisa Page made me do it. How'd you come up with that name for your show?
I don't know. People that are my virtual friends just came up with it a couple years ago because I was just making them do things.
It's catchy.
Thanks.
Lisa Page made me do it. What do you rank now? 1?
Oh, no. I'm back to like 25. People, step it up.
I quit even checking our rankings because we kept staying at like 150, and then over the weekend we'd fall like to 190 something, and I'm like, y'all suck. All you got to do is just go leave a rating and a review.
You don't even need to leave a review. Just leave 5 stars. But somebody left me a 1 star, and they were like, Chad Prather made me do it. I'm like, no. You need to do 5 stars, not 1 star. They were trying to be funny.
Made me do it.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
5 stars, not 1 star.
Steve
Listen, losers, if you're listening to this show and you're leaving a 1-star review, that's pathetic.
Very sad.
5 stars. That's all we accept.
Watching her Instagram story is like a 2-hour movie each night.
I try and bring the content.
That's funny. That's funny.
And then she makes you do it.
I know. Let me show you guys. Let me break down the fourth wall. Candace, give me an ad read. Come over here, girl. Get on this camera. See what we do. Oh, we got the thing up there. I got you. See, we've been out.
I know.
We've had no teleprompter for a while.
But we're back on it.
We're back. We're like back in the 21st century. I'm excited about it.
Welcome.
Yeah. Hot news, Natalie. Hi. Look at you girls. You're both in your camouflage. I can't even see you guys.
Not planned.
You and Lisa both came in here all camoed up.
They had to coordinate
2020.
that.
We really did not.
We didn't plan it.
I just want you to know that this shirt is from a store in our area that let me shop without a mask last week the entire time.
So you went to the Army Navy store.
Close. Altered state. Shout out.
So have y'all kept up with this Jeffrey Toobin story?
Well, now I have.
Yeah.
Now, are you up on this?
No, I'm not.
He was.
Yeah. Jeffrey Toobin. He was multitasking on a Zoom call. Apparently, he couldn't pull it all off.
He's busy.
The insinuations are on fire today.
They really are.
I've never done that on a Zoom call.
Listen,
Maybe FaceTime once or twice.
if this man doesn't come up with Toobin lube and sell it and market it, then why are we on this planet?
That's smart.
Toobin lubing. You know
lube.
what? From now on, what men do in the shower or wherever they may be is going to be called Toobin.
I'm going tubing this weekend.
I'm going
Toobin.
Yeah, I'm going to be in the bathroom tubing.
For me to think that a man doesn't do that is just ridiculous. But, dude, I mean, know your audience. You had the wrong audience on.
You know, I got the bit about I threw my neck out at Hooters.
Yeah.
Then same day I pulled my groin for 30 minutes.
Oh, gosh.
I just find it interesting God made our arms just long enough so we could reach.
Just long enough.
Oh, my gosh.
Just long enough.
Yeah, well, the women got the short end of that stick.
Whoa! If this is a sign of things to come, I told you, Puppet Master, we're going into the nether regions.
Natalie, wish your fingers were longer.
Sweet Lord.
Oh, my gosh.
No T-Rex in here.
Fingers?
No Jeffrey Toobin T-Rexing. So apparently Jeffrey Toobin, he was on the Zoom call with his colleagues at CNN. They were having their conference call. And apparently he clicked over.
Oh, no.
Thinking he was off camera with CNN when they were having their discussion. And it went over to what was basically a sex call.
Correct.
I would like to see the other people on that Zoom call to see what they look like, see if it was really worth it.
Are the reactions? What?
So he thought he was on the other call. He didn't realize his camera was still on him. And Jeffrey Toobin went to Toobin. And of course, Jeffrey Toobin, if you don't know, is CNN's chief legal analyst, and he's been around forever.
Yeah,
I can remember Jeffrey Toobin.
Almost nobody that watches this show ever watches that channel. But
I mean, he's been a lawyer, legal analyst for television for a long time. Anyway, hey, TacPac's the premier monthly subscription box for military, tactical prepper, and Second Amendment enthusiasts for just $49.95. You get a month A month, you get at least $100 worth of gear from different companies like 511, love them, Sons of Liberty, Gunworks, Mission First, Tactical, Armaspec, and a whole lot more. It's really great stuff. They're going to send you AR-15 parts and accessories, everyday carry tools, knives, gear to keep you prepared for when the poo-poo hits the fan, and it's already hitting. It's smearing all over the wall. The November pack has a value of $120. That's right. You pay $49.95. You'll get a box full of gear worth $120. Go ahead and get geared up. Past 3 months have sold out early, so you want to get signed up for the November pack right now as soon as possible. Use promo code CHAD, C-H-A-D, at checkout to receive a free extra bag of tactical goodies. It's like an Easter basket of tactical stuff. I love it. It's going to be shipped out with your first pack. You want to pack ASAP? Sign up and shoot them an email at info@tacpac.com. And don't wait. These are flying off the shelf. So go to TacPac.com. Sign up today. TacPac.com. Use offer code CHAD. Be right back. Okay, so you've voted already.
I voted.
Lisa, have you voted?
No, not yet, but I
You
will.
haven't voted. You voting for Biden?
Of course.
Yeah.
I'm his
Duh.
biggest fan.
Steve, you've voted.
Yes, I have. I'm going to do it again if I can. Trump 2020.
How about you guys? Have y'all voted? Candace, Mark, y'all voted?
Probably going to vote later this week, but still hoping that, Dukakis makes a late run, late surge.
Mark, you still waiting?
Yeah, I haven't yet. Probably later this week before, definitely before Election Day, that's for sure.
Yeah, my
because
mother-in-law went yesterday there in Burleson, Texas. She said it took her 2 hours.
Ooh, okay.
And she did not vote for Donald Trump. It's not a secret. Anybody that knows anything about my mother-in-law, she's not a fan of Biden or Kamala either, but she can't stand Trump. I get it.
So she voted for Biden?
Oh yeah. She said they were passing out like campaign materials to the people standing in line, and they got to her, and she was like, "No, I'm good."
It must have been a long line because there's only a certain number of feet from the door that they can do
like
that.
100 feet or something.
And so several people in line, she said, were turned and looked at her and stuff. She's like, I kind of felt like maybe I should have just taken it anyway. I said, no, you shouldn't have. I said, you support who you support. That's the deal. She said, but you'll be happy to know it was all Trump supporters in line to vote. And I said, that's the way it's going to be everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, did y'all hear any of the speeches yesterday, Monday, that he did? The guy, he's got crowds that show up everywhere. But
he does.
He cracks my ass up. Like, if you don't have the right sense of humor.
Yeah.
Because everything he says, even the serious stuff, is tongue-in-cheek.
Yeah.
Even when I totally get it. And people don't, I don't know.
He was on Fox and Friends this morning. He was trolling everybody. He was just like hitting one point right after another, and I'm like, I love it.
When
He
they
is
came
fired
out,
up.
so Joe Biden has put a lid on his campaign for a while, which is dumb. A couple of weeks till the election. Why would you do that? And Trump's hitting 3 cities a day.
Yes.
You got Laura Trump, you got Eric Trump, Ivanka Trump, you got Don Jr. They're hitting multiple cities a day, independent of each other. Melania's coming out today with him. And so she hasn't been out in a while, but she's coming out tonight. And it's amazing to me the energy that this guy has. And Joe Biden's putting a lid on it.
Well, does Biden have some sort of sandbag secret that's going to come out right before that he's
So
hoping?
y'all want to know my real theory? Here's my real theory. I think that Biden is totally screwed. Now, don't hold me to any of this. I'm just thinking out loud. I think Biden's totally screwed because of the Hunter Biden thing.
Yeah, he's going to have to answer those questions if he's out there.
Well, I don't think anybody has any idea how bad the stuff that's on that laptop really is. There's some bad stuff on there. If what I'm hearing is correct, there's some really bad stuff on there.
If you live like that, don't ever take your laptop to the store. If it breaks,
what are you saving it for? Posterity?
I know, kidding.
I mean, my God,
take a hammer, beat that thing up, and go buy a new one. It would be worth it in the long run.
I think making $1 million a year from Burisma, you can afford a new laptop, Hunter.
Right.
But I mean, that's what meth heads do. That's what I mean. They do dumb. They make bad decisions. But get me on this. So Hunter has some really incriminating stuff that's out there. Okay, that's fine. That's Hunter. Hunter's not running for anything. He's in hiding. He's not even out campaigning for his dad. They don't even put his face on the campaign commercials, right? But you're going to find, based on the text messages, based on the emails, you're going to find that Joe Biden received money. That is a different story because his brother received money. I mean, listen, if you guys haven't watched Dinesh D'Souza's Trump Card or read his latest book on socialism, got to read it. But that documentary, Trump Card, awesome. Really breaks down the corruption there with China. He's got our friend Peter Schweitzer, who's been on the show numerous times, talking about the corruption between Ukraine and China. You need to watch Blaze TV's that Peter put on Blaze, his deal about the China connection that's there. So how do you go from making, I think the number in like 2015, 2016, Joe and Jill Biden made like $394,000. All right. He has a salary of $174,000 a year. That's just a senator's salary. So, or whatever that's what he's made historically. I don't know what the vice president's salary is, but it's not crazy. But then in 2017 and 2019, there's like $16 million that they make. Where the F does that come from?
Not from that book.
$16 million all of a sudden pops up. He's got multi-million-dollar homes. He's got a multi-million-dollar beach house. You know, he's got the house there in Delaware. It's a massive spread. And you're thinking, okay, so here's my theory. Let's say he gets elected. Well, here comes the corruption scandal. Here comes the trial. He gets impeached, probably has to resign. And you know what? The Dems are totally fine with that.
Sure. Mm-hmm.
Because that's the easy route out for them. And now the Trojan horse opens up and out pops Kamala, who is a complete and total asshat puppet who can be controlled completely by the left. And so, I mean, this woman, do you notice how many things she finds funny?
I was going to say they can't control her laugh.
Or her dumb facial expressions.
Yeah, it's her smirks that just piss off everyone.
Yep.
It's that mean girl smirk. It's this one.
The passive aggressive.
Yes.
Just bitch. I said it.
Mm.
I'm talking, Joe. I'm talking. Please don't interrupt me. Why couldn't they mute her that night?
I'm sorry. May I finish?
Yeah. Can I finish, please?
May I finish?
Can I finish?
May I finish? Did you see her on Rachel Maddow? When she was talking about, Maddow asked her if she could see the fly on Pence's head, and she's like, she's all, and they're laughing together like, oh my God, maybe we should just fly on past this subject.
Makes you want to drive a ice pick through your eardrums.
And your eyeballs watching her.
Yes.
Yeah, so that's what you're going to see happen. And then they can do whatever they want to do. They can get rid of Kamala, and then maybe Nancy Pelosi, she can be the president.
Yeah.
We'll see.
Did forgive me for not knowing, but did Biden, now before he took any sort of office 47 years ago, what did he do before then? I mean, does he come from
He's a lawyer.
money? But does he come from money? Does his family have money?
What does Jill do?
She's a doctor of education. See, a lot of people hear Dr. Jill Biden, and they're thinking she's a physician. She's a doctor of education.
Which is legit.
Oh, of course it is. But
Yes,
she's a
absolutely.
PhD, not an MD.
Sure, yeah.
So, I have people all the time, well, of course they know what they're talking about. She is a physician. Okay, dumbass. No,
I know
she's
a lot
not.
of dumb
He's far from
physicians,
that.
though. Don't
Of course there
automatically give credit
There are
to
dumb
just because you have PhD.
Somebody put fake titties on Nancy Pelosi. Of course there's dumb physicians out there. Somebody
And
keeps
that's still
cutting
the
that
best
woman's
thing about her.
face. Somebody keeps cutting that woman's face and installing rubber in it. I don't know.
Well, she's cash pay, so I would take it too if I was a surgeon.
The thing about Joe, and that's why I'm encouraging people again, get out and vote, get out and vote, get out and vote. I mean, even I laughed so hard at 50 Cent,
Oh, yeah.
He's like, F Biden.
He just realized how much money he was going to lose.
That's
Damn
right.
What is it,
And
62%
he
in
said,
Jersey, New York?
62%.
Yeah.
He said, get the F out of here. He said, I don't care if Trump does dislike black people. But what's funny is he knows that 50 Cent if he got that tax plan put in place by Joe Biden, he'd suddenly be Nickelback.
I like that. That was good. Like we're at his comedy show.
When are some of these other, artists start realizing that? Like Taylor Swift. When is she going to realize how much money it's going to cost her? I hope it. If that happened,
I don't know if you guys have ever. I don't know if you guys have ever been attacked by the Taylor Swift crowd.
Yeah,
Sarah and I love it.
Yeah,
Sarah G and I, we get on there and we go after the Taylor because they have all these Chinese supporters.
Yes, right.
She's got all these Chinese supporters, and it's like Ping loves her some Taylor, and I mean they were just, why you people so mad at Taylor? Why you hate Taylor so much? She's Swiftie.
Those celebrities know how to hide that money. They're trying to be the people in their huge mansions. Yeah. Come on.
Oh, they got teams of people.
You got to hide it in mayonnaise jars in the backyard.
Hey, true story. I have a confession.
Here we go.
Confession. I really have always had a big crush on 50 Cent.
I met him back in the day.
You did?
And I asked him, what's your percentage of body fat? And he said 6. And I was like, grrr.
Did you say sex?
While we're confessing,
before I got married.
While we're confessing, I've purchased Taylor Swift albums in my past.
Oh, yeah, I second that.
Let's go get a daughter. Have daughters.
I still purchased it.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's all good to me.
That music, that beat. Now, I don't know if I'm allowed to listen to his music because he drops the N-word every once in a while, but I run to it and it really gets me going.
Or the remixes are, bomb.
Okay.
Yeah.
Anyway, so let's bring it back to
50 Cent.
Listen, celebrities are celebrities. I mean, and I'm all for them doing what they do, right?
Yeah.
I support their artistic abilities.
Sure.
I'm all for it. I like some of Taylor Swift's songs. I'll admit it. I like some of 50 Cent's songs. I like some Nickelback songs.
Yes.
Some. I can't think of one off the top of my head.
I hear they're good.
I'm
an Eminem
fan.
One. I like the Rockstar song.
Yeah.
So, there's a lot of, but see, you got to remember, there's a lot of closet conservatives out there. Mm-hmm. There's a lot that are out there who have money, and they know. And this Biden tax plan is ridiculous. You vote for Joe Biden, he is going to rob you blind. One of Hunter's text messages to his daughter was, well, at least I won't ask you. He said, I've supported this family for 30 years, but I'd never ask you for, half of your salary like Pop did. Right? So that's basically insinuating that he was giving half his salary to Joe. I love the fact that the FBI, that the senators and the FBI have come out and said, no, this is not a Russian disinformation concoction. There's no evidence they're basically saying this is legit. So if the stuff that's on that computer are real and it does incriminate Big Joe, that's a perfect out for the Democrats. That's all I'm saying.
Mm-hmm.
It's a perfect out for the Democrats.
I think it'll turn out, if they really go into that and they oust him, and it's going to cause others they're going to start dropping names, and it'll tear up that entire Washington. You talking about draining the swamp?
Yeah, let's explode it.
Let's do it.
Yeah, let's throw some dynamite in there and see what creatures come up.
And I think Trump, even at risking even some of his own dealings and stuff, he's like, no, we got to do this.
Well, that's his whole mission from the beginning, was draining the swamp. I just want to know why Hunter Biden's not in prison. And like we've been watching and reading, all the other networks besides The Blaze is no one's covering it. We're the only people talking about why, like how if you're going to the polls, do you not actually know about this story? And
untouchable.
You're not appalled by it.
Yeah, well, there's if his name was Roger Stone, they would already have they would already have guns pointed at him and putting him under arrest at 5:00 in the morning. And
you can ask the same question about Hillary. Mm-hmm. Just some people are there's some families, some names that are untouchable.
Well, there's some that are untouchable. We'll see about Hunter. Hunter, they might take Hunter to the railroad to the train station. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Yeah. A little Yellowstone reference. That train runs one way. So anyway, I got some video that I want to show you guys later on. Hey, the new normal uniform has a lot of us searching our closets and drawers for men's essentials that aren't there. Instead of the usual business casual button-ups and jeans, it's soft knit polos, tees, joggers, and active shorts, whatever men's basics you need. Our friends at Mack Weldon have you covered with unmatched comfort and fit. Men's essentials, socks, shirts, hoodies, underwear, polos, active shorts. Mack Weldon promises comfort and a consistent fit. Versatility. You'll look great. You'll feel great from working out, going to work, or on a date. Mack Weldon is for everyday life. Listen, they got a wide range of customized fabrics that can keep up with you no matter what your day looks like. They got the 18-hour silver air knit X dry. They got everything you want that's out there that breathes and makes you feel all good, totally free. They got a loyalty program out there that is totally free. Level 1 gets you free shipping for life. And once you reach level 2 by spending $200, you get 20% off every order for the next year. Listen, Mack Weldon wants you to be comfortable. So if you don't like your first pair of underwear, you can keep it, and they'll still refund you, no questions asked. You got to give them a call. I'm telling you, they're comfortable stuff. 20% off your first order. Visit MackWeldon.com/WatchChad. Enter promo code WatchChad. That's MackWeldon.com/WatchChad. Promo code WatchChad for 20% off. They're reinventing men's basic at Mack Weldon. Be right back. Have you seen that clip with her and Rachel Maddow? You know what happened when Willie Brown did a Toobin? Kamala said, play that clip.
I just realized that I would kick myself if I didn't just ask you before I let you go if you noticed the fly on Vice President Pence's head at the time during the debate, or if that was something that only we could see it at home. Could you see it sitting next to him?
Oh, aren't they cute? She shakes her head.
I think she's lying.
Did you have feelings about, like, did you have the instinct to?
You know,
she's totally lying. She didn't even see it or notice it.
I just, I think that it's important that we kind of find a way, all of us, to move on and, kind of fly away from this subject onto
did not just say
something
that.
else.
All right.
Yeah.
And Rachel Maddow, like they're having like girls' night and having s'mores and wine. I mean, come on. Frankenstein. You look like Herman Munster.
This is the airtime. This gets that airtime. Meanwhile, nothing on Hunter Biden.
Nothing on Hunter Biden.
But that fly.
That's still a hot topic a week and a half later.
That Jeff Goldblum.
Mm-hmm.
Mark, Jeff Goldblum.
Wasn't that who it was?
Nice, yes. Dr. Ian Malcolm. The Jurassic Park. Give me that clip, Mark, where the press is MSNBC's praising the press censorship of the Biden story.
Now, look, there are so many questions about the provenance of this material. A lot of it does look legitimate. There are pictures of Hunter Biden, there are videos, there are emails, but we have no idea, and neither does the New York Post, whether any of it was doctored or forged or faked. And that's why the mainstream news media has declined to really touch this story, because it just lacks credibility. And the fact that it appeared in the New York Post and that they chose to report on it extensively sort of says a lot about where we are in 2020 as opposed to 2016, when a lot of news organizations reported on emails that had been hacked by the Russians, democratic emails, and then leaked, and they were newsworthy and people reported on them. We're in a much different situation now because we now know that Russian disinformation or foreign disinformation or even campaign disinformation period is as dangerous to our democracy as anything exposed in these emails.
Okay, so now do Donald Trump getting peed on by Russian prostitutes. Let's do that. Because this stuff, they would be talking about this crap, just like that story, which was bogus. They'd be talking about this forever if the roles would reverse. New York Post was founded by Alexander Hamilton. It's been around for a minute, okay? So, if this were the Trump family, it would be insane. Imagine if this is Don Jr., they would be 100%. They would be
nonstop,
Rachel
round the clock,
Maddow.
yes.
That bitch up there talking about she's so petty. She's worried about his fly on his head. And didn't you want to just reach over and hit it? You're that petty. You think they wouldn't do this if this was Don Jr.?
Sure.
Where are these Russian women you're talking about?
You need a number, an email address.
Just want information. I'm doing, some
Trump's
research.
been accused of doing everything from, pedophilia to rape, hanging out with Jeffrey Epstein. I mean, we've debunked all that stuff on this show,
right?
With our guests, people who were eyewitnesses to these things. We've talked about all of this stuff on this show, but they're going to sit there and say, well, is it a doctored picture? No, hell no, it ain't a doctored picture. I mean, how many people sitting out there doctoring the dude? If I was going to doctor pictures, I would doctor the pictures, okay? I mean, I'd take Jeffrey Toobin's body.
Right.
Throw Hunter's head on his body.
The reason they're not covering it is because it's not fake news. Well, CNN covers fake news, so that's real, so they're not going to cover it.
I saw the other day, there was an article that came out that said, and this guy totally meant it, this journalist, he said that actually the media is on Trump's side. Okay? Yeah, that's what he said, and he meant it. Now, the reason he said it and he meant it is because only about 5% of the media is on Trump's side. They want 100% or nothing. They want it all. So for them to see anything that's on Trump's side, that ain't enough for them. They want 100% because these people, they're anti-America. You know why they're anti-America? Because you've said it over and over again. We know it. It's an old news adage. If it bleeds, it leads. If they put Democrats in control and the shit show that's going to ensue from all of that stuff, listen, guys, they got news fodder forever. Let these what's the term I came up with? These herd of anarchists that are out there, these bullied kids that are now adults. They're overweight. They're confused sexually. There's so many things they don't know about the world, and they don't understand any form of suffering and oppression. And now they're taken to the streets. They're burning things down. They're eating bloody hearts. Did you see this one?
No.
The guy who burning the flag and busted the heart open and sucking the blood out of it and stuff. And then the girl twerking. The Shamu was twerking in front of the pictures of aborted babies and stuff like this. This is completely demonic. I mean, this is completely anti-Christ stuff. I mean, it's demonic. And they're doing all this stuff because these are these kids who got bullied in school. And now they have found their little herd, and they're out there in the streets. So if Democrats get elected and this stuff gets normalized, the liberal media knows that they've got it forever. They've got it forever. What they don't understand is it's going to backfire on them, because when the house of cards fall and a bad philosophy and bad logic always falls in, they're going to be the useful idiots that are going to be put on the firing line first. They're going to be cannon fodder. And the liberal politicians and the powers that be and the Soroses and the billionaires and the Bill Gates and all of them are going to throw the journalists right under the bus, and they're going to be on the firing squad first ones, because as soon as it doesn't go the right way, they're going to say, you journos, you had your chance. You had your chance, but you failed.
You would think
that's why the house of cards fell, and they're going to shoot them.
In 2016, they misled the public with the poll numbers that they had and everything like that. And I think they're setting up to do that again.
They are. At this stage in 2016, Hillary was leading by 6 points based on the polls. She was leading by 6 points. If you looked at Joe, I mean, where is Joe? Kamala's birthday, I think, is today. So she's somewhere going, oh, my God. I can't believe you got balloons. Give me some jerky. Where's Jeffrey Toobin? Maybe I'll just fly away. She was in Orlando, I think, yesterday. She popped off her little, did you see the little slow-mo of her waving at the campaign rally? But they didn't do a 360 where you could see the audience. And she's doing the slow-mo walking up. She's got her chucks on, real presidential. And she's just waving, and she's just so cool, bouncing off her private jet down into her car and stuff. And I'm like, woman, you didn't even poll at 2% in the primaries.
How does that work for the Green New Deal? Flying up in a private jet.
Well, it's the same as it does for all of them.
Oh, okay.
Same reason liberals don't go to these high names don't go to jail, because they can do whatever they want to do.
Right.
It's us. It's us that can't have a combustion engine.
Makes me want to go buy a private jet.
What was it? I was looking at watches yesterday, and I was looking at a Breitling, and I said, well, if I buy this, I have to go get a plane.
Yeah.
And Jade's like, you don't have to have a plane like everybody else. And I'm like, who the hell do we know who's got a plane? What? What? Good Lord have mercy. Hey, we got to go to a break here in a second. Y'all like to drink wine? I like to drink wine. I like drinking good wines. And here's how to make that drink. If you like to take a drink every now and then, you want to drink something healthy, listen to me. Down in Argentina, they make this really dark red wine from Malbec grapes. They're grown at 9,000 feet. They've lab tested these wines and found that they contain up to 10 times the levels of the longevity and heart health nutrient that's called resveratrol. That's right, I said it. Resveratrol's powerful stuff. It pops up again and again in studies on longevity, heart health, brain health. This wine also has 90% less sugar. It's got fewer chemicals and fewer additives. Plus, if you love steak and barbecue, and of course, you know we do that, red wine has been shown to actually make red meat healthier. That's right. Tastes great. Notes of blackberry, leather, cherry, and smoke. Today, our friends at cowboywines.com are giving you 50% off their best Malbecs, also 50% off of shipping. So I want you to go to cowboywines.com today and visit them and get healthy with that wine. We'll be right back. So we were in West Palm Beach, Florida this past weekend. We were in West Palm Beach, Florida. We were at Roxy's.
Roxy's, great pub.
Great pub, bar pub, and just a cool little bar there in West Palm on Clematis. I always call it Chlamydia Street.
That's where my head went.
Yeah.
I'm so immature.
Clematis. A lot of bars, restaurants on Clematis there in West Palm. And you can have a lot of fun at Clematis.
I'm sorry.
We were at Roxy's pub. You were so juvenile.
I'm so
I love
immature.
It. That's why we keep you here.
Sorry.
And anyway, sitting there watching the TV, watching football, right? Because I'm eating and we're having a drink, and Steve and I are there, Kyle, and we're sitting there and we're watching it. And up pops one of the new Joe Biden campaign commercials. And they're interviewing this guy who owns a pub, and it's showing the stools up on the bar and the chairs on the tables, and it's closed down, right? And he's talking about how Donald Trump's shutdown has ended his business and hurt so many businesses out there. The bars and the businesses have been shut down, all because of Donald Trump. And then it shows how Joe Biden's going to end these shutdowns and stuff. And I popped up out of my chair to go pee, and I go, y'all vote Trump 2020. I said it to the whole bar, just yell it out, right? And then I was like, and F Joe Biden.
Oh, okay, you were on it.
I was on it. I done about 2 drinks in.
Yeah.
And this guy sitting 2 doors down from me, he goes, oh my God, it's Chad Prather. I know. It's so, you never know who's watching.
Well, and it's interesting you say that, because a lot of people think that you walk around talking politics all day. And
Right.
I never hear you talking politics with anybody. Whenever I've been with him in public places, you never bring it up. Ever.
Nope.
People want to bring it up to you.
People bring it up to me.
But you're like, I'm not forcing my opinion on anybody who doesn't want to hear it.
Yeah.
Except right then when you were 2 drinks in.
Well, at that point in time when I watched that thing, and the reason it pissed me off is because it's liberal policy and shutdowns in liberal towns that have caused all this damage with the mask mandates.
Yes.
You know, there are more people who die every day from diarrheal diseases than coronavirus. So maybe that we should mandate diapers. You know, let's everybody, but we're already wearing the face diapers.
No, I already have one on now.
Do you?
Yeah.
Yeah? That's shitty. Maybe we'll just fly away from this. Vitamin Benjamin.
Vitamin Benjamin.
So, anyway, I want you guys to look at Gretchen Whitmer, the governor of Michigan, and what she had to say about Biden and these shutdowns.
The Trump virus response is the worst in the globe. I mean, in the world, it's the worst. 8 million people have contracted COVID-19, 220,000 dead. We've got people in food pantry lines who never would have imagined that they'd be there, and no light on the horizon because our numbers keep going up. This is a gravely serious moment for all of us. And if you're tired of lockdowns, or you're tired of wearing masks, or you wish you were in church this morning or watching college football, or your kids were in person instruction, it is time for change in this country. And that's why we've got to elect Joe Biden.
Oh my gosh.
He'd shut the country down and he would mandate masks as soon as he was elected.
She just said 7.8 million people have survived COVID, though. That's what I heard.
Okay, let's first of all, Governor Whitmer. I can't stand this woman. Okay?
I can't either.
She has shut down her state in almost in Gestapo fashion. Okay, that state's been so locked down. My friends
is her
in
state
Michigan,
healed? That must be healed. Why are they still shut down? If they shut down everything, then why aren't you back open?
Why aren't you back open? You want to open it up? You're the governor. You have states' rights to open up all you want in the lockdowns. To say Trump's virus response.
Yeah.
Okay, Trump, as soon as he realized what was going on, shut down travel from China.
Before everyone.
Right. And everybody called him a xenophobe. Everybody called him a racist. He shut down an economy which was record-setting, knowing that he was up for re-election, okay? He was willing to do that with the chance that this may ruin his re-election chances. He did it because he cares about people and their health. Dr. Birx said that if everything was handled perfectly, there would be about 200,000 deaths, okay? So we've had 30,000 deaths. 220,000 deaths, that sounds about like everything was done perfectly based on the prognosis of Dr. Birx. So this idea that Joe Biden, who hasn't done a damn thing in 47 years in Washington, D.C., I want somebody, whether it's on the live chat or in the messages or somehow, tell me one thing Joe Biden's ever done.
He took money from...
One thing Joe Biden has ever done.
Cash him checks, yo.
47 years.
Locked up super predators.
47 years, with the exception of the 1994 crime bill. I can't think of a single thing. ACA, he had his hand in that with Obamacare, but my God, what a nightmare that is. So tell me one thing. And then I want people to tell me one reason you're voting for Joe Biden without using the word Trump. They can't do it.
Nope.
Can't do it. You have to. Well, he's not Trump. Well, Donald Trump did. No. See, even her, Gretchen Whitmer, could not point out what Joe Biden would do. She talked about Trump, and that's why we've got to elect Joe Biden.
Even your mother-in-law admitted it. She's like, he's not Trump.
He's not Trump.
So she voted for Biden.
We kind of, and from our perspective, we went into 2016, not Hillary.
That is true.
That's just being honest.
I didn't, but most people did. That's true.
I'm glad the decision I made, but
Trump didn't make sense to me then.
He
didn't make sense to me then. It didn't make sense to me. But it was Hillary and not Hillary, and I voted for not Hillary.
So I was opposite. I voted for Donald Trump. I just didn't think he was going to win.
But Donald Trump had never done anything. But it's not like there was a 47-year
he hadn't done anything politically. I respectfully disagree because he did a lot.
He did a lot, but there was no 47-year political background in history to look at and say, okay, Donald Trump had done a lot of things. I mean, now I kind of wish we would have elected Ross Perot.
Okay.
I wish we would have elected Ross Perot back in 1992.
I voted for him.
Did you?
Did you?
Yeah.
Of course you did.
Yeah.
Ross Perot.
Oh, yeah.
Ross Perot.
Well, I was all big into that flat tax thing too. So
yeah,
I still am.
I like that.
I like it. I don't care how much you make. Just if
10%?
that tax is 1% or 2% or 10%,
like the Bible calls, first 10% of your.
That's not tax.
That's tithing.
That's tithe.
I understand, but I'm just saying the first 10% of your income is supposed to go to the Lord.
Right. Is that before or after taxes?
One of these episodes, I will tell you why flat tax will not work. But taxation is theft, no matter how you cut it.
I agree.
No
matter how you cut it, it's theft.
But do we have a choice?
No, but we should.
Right. Agreed.
It shouldn't exist. There's other ways to pay for things without you having to lose your income.
And as governor, you'll do that for us.
One of the big things that I'm pushing for is to get rid of property tax.
Great.
It's an impossible battle, but I guarantee you, you want to talk about something that ain't biblical. Property tax. These folks who have their homes paid for, My mother, my mother-in-law, they own their properties. They own their homes. They've paid them off. They've owned them for years. Mm-hmm. But you stop paying that property tax and watch what'll happen. They're going to come in there and confiscate it.
Zacchaeus shows up and collects the taxes.
Zacchaeus. Zacchaeus was a wee little man, and a wee little man was he.
Yes. Come on down.
Let's real quick. Let's go to well, do the Trump what he said about Fauci. That's where I wanted to go. Here we go. You got that, Mark? I love
People
this.
are tired of COVID. I have the biggest rallies I've ever had, and we have COVID. People are saying whatever. Just leave us alone. They're tired of it. People are tired of hearing Fauci and all these idiots. These people that have gotten it wrong. Fauci's a nice guy. He's been here for 500 years. He's a disaster. I mean, this guy's, if I listened to him, we'd have 500,000 deaths.
All right, so yesterday at his rally, I was tripping out because he started talking about Fauci. He's a nice guy, but he's a nice guy. What can I say? He's a nice guy.
Didn't he say on Fox this morning, he's an idiot? He did say that. It was
all these idiots. And, okay, we know Fauci at the end of the day is a politician. Fauci stands to make a lot of money. Mm-hmm. Fauci hasn't been relevant since the 80s whenever AIDS came along.
Well, he's 500 years old.
And it's so that whole thing. But it's interesting to me. That's the kind of thing that I just laugh my ass off. And people are like, well, if you were on the other side of coronavirus, they can see how horrible it is when people are dying. Oh, you wouldn't say things because Dr. Fauci, they're trying to take care of us. Oh, shut up. Shut up. We could still laugh about it because, let's face it, Trump, he's dealing with it. Yeah. He can say I don't care about his rhetoric. He can say whatever he wants to say. At the end of the day, he's out there checking things off the marker board because he's getting them accomplished.
That's right.
That's a fact. Y'all hang tight. We'll be right back.
Go.
So much going on. We'll get into a lot more of it tomorrow on the Wednesday episode. Lisa Page made me do it. Oh, yeah. Party Foul Nation sitting over there at the pub. Thank you, guys. And, of course, hot news, Natalie.
You know it.
There's so many things. I'm excited. What do you think about this mute button? Real quick takeaway on this mute button that they're saying that they're going to do that in the next debates.
Well, I know you wish you had it for me.
I was going to say, I wish we had it in real life. We could just go.
Yeah. Like you can't talk unless you're holding the stick.
Right. Raise your hand, everybody.
Yeah. Savannah Guthrie in that town hall interrupted Donald Trump 61 times. 61 times.
Where was that mute button for her?
She looks like the Predator. That mouth comes open.
And she's ruined hot pink for me. I will never wear that color again because of Savannah.
Yeah, Savannah Guthrie. But what they need is a mute button for the moderators.
Yeah.
I would love to mute Chris Wallace. And, I wish they had like Tucker Carlson to do just once. Once.
You're right. Because Welcher, Kristen, she used to be a local Philly news anchor. And Trump was laying it all out about her this morning. She's Democrat. Her family's total Biden supporters. Why can't we get a conservative moderator one time?
Just one time. Just once.
I say no moderator. Put them in the room, put cameras and mics, and walk out.
And throw a knife in the middle.
Oh, like reality TV?
Let them duke it out.
Just let them do it. And sit in there like two grown men.
Throw battle axes, and every now and then a tiger comes up from the floor.
Ooh,
on a
Carol
chain.
Baskin.
Carol Baskin.
Carol Baskin, did you see that?
Carol Baskin on his ass.
Did you see that about Carol Baskin?
She's
She
bisexual.
came
out bisexual.
She's bisexual.
She likes
Shocker.
kitties.
She's identifying as a bisexual now?
She loves kitties.
We're in Greenville, South Carolina next week. Go to watchchad.com. We love you. God bless. See you tomorrow night. Bye.
Mute.